Celebrations in Tripoli as Muammar Gaddafi's grip on Libya continues to crumble. This evening, rebels controlled 90% of the Libyan capital.
But Gaddafi remains in hiding, and there are fears that his forces may strike at civilians in a violent last-ditch offensive. Brandi Hitt live in the newsroom as this story continues to unfold. She has the latest, Brandi.
Micah, while there is celebrating, this fight is far from over. CNN is now reporting that Muammar Gaddafi's son Saif is not captured. He's free and he's roaming the streets. Moments ago, he said his father plans to fight to the end.
After months of fighting, rebel forces in Libya appear on the verge of taking full control of Tripoli. Children are celebrating in the streets.
For the first time in 42 years, we feel like we're one country.
But it's still not known where Muammar Gaddafi is hiding or what he has in store. President Obama wants Gaddafi to admit defeat.
Although it's clear that Gaddafi's rule is over, he still has the opportunity to reduce further bloodshed by explicitly relinquishing power to the people of Libya and calling for those forces that continue to fight to lay down their arms.
There were reports 3 of Gaddafi's sons were captured, but today 1 managed to escape. And now CNN is reporting that Saif Gaddafi has not been arrested, but instead is roaming Tripoli freely. And Saif told them his father's military is getting ready to take out all the rebels. Many are calling his bluff.
This is one day I've been waiting for my whole life, and it's overwhelming.
Libyan Americans are celebrating half a world away, along with other world leaders.
There will undoubtedly be difficult days ahead. No transition is ever smooth or easy.
And that is the big question now. Can Libyans emerge as one nation?
You have some serious regional, tribal, ethnic divisions. The Transitional Council is going to face a tremendous challenge in maintaining order.
And what about Gaddafi's weapons?
I think problem number 1 is who now takes control of Gaddafi's military. They have tanks, they have artillery and rockets, air defense weapon systems.
The coordinator for the rebels' National Transitional Council says it may take 18 months to create a political framework for a new Libyan government.
But again, this battle is not over. You have Gaddafi's son Saif free. He says his father is still in Tripoli right now, and we've gotten word that there is renewed fighting about 30 miles west of Tripoli between the military and rebels. We'll keep you updated coming up tonight on the KTLA News at 10. Live in the newsroom, Brandi Hitt, KTLA 5 News. Back to you in the studio.
Fighting continues tonight in Libya, and one of Muammar Gaddafi's sons comes forward to disprove reports he'd been captured by the rebels. Gaddafi's forces also fired at least 3 missiles tonight, which NATO condemned as weapons of terror. KTLA's Brandi Hitt live in the newsroom as the revolution in Libya enters a critical stage tonight. Brandi.
And Micah, at this critical stage, 2 of Gaddafi's sons who were captured are now free. These rebels believe they're the ones on the edge of freedom in Libya tonight, but Gaddafi's regime is telling a whole different story.
After months of fighting, rebels in Libya say they're on the verge of taking full control of Tripoli.
For the first time in 42 years, we feel like we're one country.
But while children celebrate in the streets, Muammar Gaddafi's regime insists it is controlling the capital city.
We broke the backbone of the rebels, and so we gave them hard time. So we are winning.
That is Gaddafi's son, Saif, and that's where things get confusing. Rebels had claimed they captured Saif, but he's roaming freely.
He drove off in a motorcade into Tripoli, clearly into an area which is very much under the control of the forces of his father.
Saif says his father is in Tripoli. President Obama wants Gaddafi to admit defeat.
Although it's clear that Gaddafi's rule is over, he still has the opportunity to reduce further bloodshed by explicitly relinquishing power to the people of Libya and calling for those forces that continue to fight to lay down their arms.
Reaction continues to pour in from the victims' families of the 1988 Lockerbie bombing.
Gaddafi was responsible for the massacre of 189 Americans at 31,000 feet. He has to go.
To world leaders preparing for a post-Gaddafi Libya.
There will undoubtedly be difficult days ahead. No transition is ever smooth or easy.
I think Problem number one is who now takes control of Gaddafi's military. They have tanks, they have artillery and rockets, air defense weapon systems.
The other big question, can Libya, a country filled with tribal differences, emerge as one democratic nation?
And already some oil analysts are predicting if Gaddafi falls, oil prices will also go down. Some are saying maybe between 4 and 6 cents a gallon here in the United States. But of course, that would take months after the regime does fall. We'll keep you posted tomorrow morning. Live in the newsroom, Brandi Hitt, KTLA 5 News. Micah, back to you in the studio.
Brandi, thank you.